Let's speak to Amanda Hunter about all this. She is the executive director of the Barbara Lee Family Foundation that works on advancing women's equality and representation in American politics. And she's live from Boston, Massachusetts. Amanda, very good to have you with us. American women, of course, are not a monolithic group, but talk to us about the number one issue that they're concerned about, all racial and social categories combined.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Foley. At the foundation, we have done research on the obstacles and opportunities women face when seeking executive office for 25 years. And we partnered with American University's Women in Politics Institute on the research that you mentioned, looking at women voters. And we've done this research for a number of years. And what we've seen is that women are worried about the economy. They're worried about health care. They're feeling burnt out and their mental health is suffering, but they're also hopeful. 4 in 5 women that we surveyed believe that they would see a woman president in their lifetime, and 70% of independent women that we surveyed said that they didn't think that there were enough women in elected office. So women know that women lead differently, and this is a critical time.
Interesting that you point out that some of the women surveyed found that there are not enough women in elected office. You have, in the Republican Party, a woman who's running for president. Why are there not more women supporting her, backing her?
Well, that's a really interesting question, and it seems like Nikki Haley has really activated women voters on the campaign trail. She seems to have built a base around women and college-educated voters. And I think that people are going to study her campaign for years to come, because we found in our research, Foley, that when women seek executive office, they really have to satisfy both gender stereotypes. They have to show that they're strong enough to be commander-in-chief, but not be too tough so that they can be likable. And Nikki Haley has really navigated that tightrope throughout this campaign. She's been strong, but she's also showed warmth, too.
Interesting. Now, some of the most recent pollings, Amanda, show that President Biden is losing some of his 2020 voters to Trump, and he's lagging in support among women. Women were crucial to his election in 2020. Why have they changed their minds about him?
Well, I think that it's still early, but as we said a minute ago, women are feeling burnt out. They're stressed out. We've seen in some of our polling that women have been tuning out of politics because it's so stressful. And we also know that women are often the peacemakers in their family. They don't like to create conflict. So we may see women become more engaged as we get closer to the election. In the poll that we are talking about, a majority of women did say that they thought the 2024 election was going to be the most important of their lifetime. So I suspect that women will be tuning back into politics in the coming months.
We've seen the First Lady Jill Biden on the campaign trail stumping for her husband, and her language, her tone seems to have changed in recent days. She's attacking Donald Trump more now, describing him as dangerous for women, as a threat to American women. Does that resonate with most American women?
Well, I'd be interesting to see the polling numbers on that. But I think that the larger issue for American women, and looking at the fact that they believe that more women should be elected, is that women believe that women elected to office bring the entirety of their lived experience to the job. So when you have someone like Nikki Haley, who is a mother, or other women in Congress using their lived experience to make policy decisions, that seems even more critical at a time when women are feeling such economic pressure and mental health stress.
What about the abortion issue, Amanda? That was a big deal when Roe v. Wade was overturned. Is that still a concern for female voters in the U.S. today?
It seems that it absolutely would be. And as you said in our poll, we did find that women largely said they would not support an anti-choice presidential candidate. So that seems to be one issue looming large. But of course, the economy and people's everyday lives are also really important. But I do think, Foley, no matter what happens in this primary and Super Tuesday, it's just important to remind everyone that Nikki Haley has already made history in her race, going further than any woman on a Republican presidential ticket. And that's important to us because we founded our foundation that voters can have sometimes what we call an imagination barrier when it comes to picturing women at the highest levels of government. So even by launching this campaign and running, she's chipping away at stereotypes and showing voters a new possibility of what a leader can look like.
Amanda, very interesting to hear your thoughts about all this. Amanda Hunter from the Barbara Lee Family Foundation joining us there from Boston. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.